Good morning, good morning. Welcome. It's Fearless Friday, and whether you're watching live or catching the replay, I'd like to ask you to drop a comment and let me know that you're here. I love to hear from you. I love to say hello, and it helps me understand who's watching, who's listening, that kind of thing. So please, in the comments. Now, let's talk about finishing with intensity, closing the week, the project, or the challenge you're facing like a champion. Too many people start strong but fade when the finish line is in sight. They slow down, check out early, sort of coasting into the end. They'll say, oh, I'll just pick it up next week. But winners, well, they push harder at the end. They make sure the week doesn't finish them. They finish the week. Let me ask you, how do you feel when you just sort of coast into the weekend? Maybe relieved at first, but what happens Sunday night and then Monday morning? Hey, you're playing catch up on Monday, right? But if you finish with intensity, you step into Monday already a little bit ahead. That's what today's episode is all about, how to push through the finish line with power, with focus and energy, so you not only end strong, but you set yourself up for an even better start next time. So here is the quote that sets the tone. It's from Vince Lombardi, the legendary coach of the Green Bay Packers, who once said, "The difference between a successful person and others is not a lack of strength, it's not a lack of knowledge, but rather a lack in will." Let's unpack that. Lombardi coached his teams to give their all right up until the final whistle. He knew that talent and knowledge weren't enough. Strengths alone didn't win championships. It was will, the decision to keep pushing, that separated the great from the average. And isn't it true for all of us? It's easy to work hard when we're fresh. The real test is what we do when we're tired, when we're tempted to check out early, when we're close enough to the finish line to coast. If you want to be exceptional, if you want to create something extraordinary, willpower at the finish is what gets you there. So here's the big idea and why it matters today. We live in a world where starting strong is celebrated, but finishing strong is the thing that really matters. Starting is easy. Finishing is rare. Anyone can have a great idea. Lots of people begin with enthusiasm. Few, though, see it through to the very end. Momentum compounds when you finish strong. If you slack off at the end of the week, you start Monday with a deficit. But if you close the week powerfully, you roll into the next week already in motion. Hey, Jesse, great to see you. Thanks for being here. Reputation is built at the finish. How you end something will determine how people remember you, whether it's a client project, a performance, or even a conversation. And the biggest mistake people make, they let the clock dictate their effort instead of their results. They'll say, hey, it's Friday afternoon, I'll just wrap this up on Monday. They think, I'm tired, I'll just call this good enough. And they settle when they're super close to greatness. This is why finishing with intensity is such a game changer. It's about building a champion's mindset. So let's talk about a couple of real world finishers, people who didn't just start strong, but ended even stronger. Kobe Bryant, that Mamba mentality. Kobe was famous for his relentless work ethic. Even when he was exhausted, even when the game was almost over, he played like it was the first quarter. His philosophy was everything negative, pressure challenges, etc., is all an opportunity for me to rise. That's why he wasn't just good. He was legendary. Another example, another athlete. Champions don't just slow down at the finish, they accelerate. I'm thinking of Usain Bolt, the Olympic runner, right? Push through at the very end. Drive right to the end, hard or harder than you do, as hard or harder than you do during the bulk of the race. That final sprint is what makes the difference. It's what makes you stand out from the pack. So check that out. All right, now let's talk about action. How can you apply all this in your life starting today? Create a final push, a ritual. Have a Friday power hour, a dedicated time where you're just going to focus on finishing the week strong. Instead of coasting, identify one or two things that you can complete with intensity. And number two, leave no loose ends. Don't leave unfinished tasks lingering into next week. If you start something today, make it the goal if it's a small project, to finish it today, or at least finish a portion of it today. And then number 3, end with a win. Finish each week by documenting one major accomplishment. Success breeds success. And when you acknowledge those wins, you reinforce that winning mindset. All right, let's take it into today's affirmation. I want you to say it with me twice out loud. 1, I finish strong with intensity and purpose. My best effort sets me up for success. Let's say that again. I finish strong with intensity and purpose. My best effort sets me up for success. Because when you believe it, you live it. So write it down, post it on a sticky near your computer. Do what you have to do so that you see this often, and repeat it out loud many, many times during the course of the day. Write it down in your journal. Again, I finish strong with intensity and purpose. My best effort sets me up for success. So here's your challenge for today. What is one thing that you can finish with intensity? Make a note in the comments. I want to know. And if you're ready to start really living your best life, let's get started with that. Oh, and before I forget, if you are a digital entrepreneur, a course creator, a membership operator, or a coach, I am running a free masterclass on Monday, 1 p.m. Pacific time. It's all about how you can safeguard your course, your membership, or coaching program without having to incur costly lawyer's fees. So visit law4courses.com, law4courses.com, to register for that workshop on Monday, 1 p.m. Pacific. Hope you can join me, law4courses.com. I just dropped it in the comments here, so check it out and register. I hope I'll see you there. All right, well, that's going to be it for this episode of Gordon in the Morning. I'm going to finish my day strong. I hope you will too. Push to the end, man. All right, thanks for being with me. I will see you again really soon. Be well.